That was when I created Executive Encore, to give women a voice and to validate their choice, because women can have their own choice. They need to be the final decision maker. In business, if you own your own business, you have to be the final decision maker, but you do have input from other people.
You can't wait for people to act in social settings. They don't say, what are you up to? What's your job? Where do you work? They don't even ask, well, you have to do it for yourself.
Yeah, this is a great platform, and more shows bring out that voice. Women who have had multiple careers and are not ready to sit on the porch on a rocking chair, right?
Whatever retirement means, we all have that concept in our brain as we were little, and especially the 50s and the 60s. It just meant like a rocking chair, a dog on the porch, can't hear, and a lot of negative connotations. Most go with that. We have to reinvent that. But I do get the feeling sometimes I wish somebody, even our kids, would say, hey, what are you up to? You're amazing. What have you been doing lately? I can just brag about myself and say, these are all the things I'm doing. But no, they don't even ask anymore. It's as if, oh yeah, you're old. You don't do anything all day. I don't know what they're thinking. But those 30, 40 somethings are going to be there someday, and they're going to feel bad about not paying attention to how active and valuable we are. I truly believe that.
And how we view life around us in the world, our language changes. We find more things are awesome. Going for a walk is awesome. I went for a walk on a beach with my father-in-law a couple of weeks ago. And the two of us just said, wow, this is beautiful. We said, this is awesome, right? I use the word magic because I get that from my dad. I remember him saying, life's magic. So it's a better way of looking at things. I know you talk about being happy, but what makes you happy is acknowledging magic in the world and taking advantage of those times. I worked with executives and CEOs in particular at big corporations for several years in helping to prepare for what was next after their corporate life. Many said, I am not even thinking about that because I've got this status of I'm a CEO and I have people depend on me. And they said, I have no intention of retiring.
Do you think women and men have a different attitude towards that word? I find men, when they retire, their self-concept of themselves changes. And I think women, because we do so many things and we're involved in so many things, we still feel our value in other areas. Do you find that executive, is that, or it might be changing now because there's so many more executive women?
I think it's changed through our generation. I still do meet many women who are executives who do not have any interests outside of work or any passions, that their work is who they are. So that is something, that's a bill of goods that we've been sold in our generation, along with other myths. It tells us you're important if you've got this title. It's the same for men as well, even with couples. Sometimes, this would have been about 10 years ago, women were following their husband's retirements. Whatever, I had some people say, oh, I didn't know that's what you had planned for us. And I'd say, make your own plans too, like get together, spend some time together, but also have plans to spend time away from one another because, it's different, I think, for everyone. I do have some clients and colleagues struggling. They don't want to let go of their corporate position because they said, that's who I am.
Yeah.
That's really not who you
are. Your identity. That's who
you status as well, where the years have increased their status and their worth comes from that. Many of them now are worried about that worth being stripped away without their ability to make a difference because they are in a corporate setting. If the corporation doesn't want them anymore, it's stripped away. Many of them are just waiting for the package. I said, if you're being offered the package, the decision's not yours. They're giving you this nice package to leave, but the decision's not yours. You still need to have that feeling of self-worth because that's a loss when the corporation asks you to leave. That's a huge loss. That's your social structure, your daily structure. So back to your question about men and women, I think women are catching up with what men were experiencing in the past.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we don't have this mandatory retirement age anymore in Canada. So yeah, your corporation might make the decision, but that doesn't mean that your career ends. You find other ways of using all that knowledge and wisdom in another venture.